Hey, I got my Black's Law Force Pocket Edition. It doesn't have all that the full Black's Force has. I'll get one of those one of these days. I found them on eBay for about 50 bucks. That's for even some old ones from like the 60s and shit. It's pretty cool. Just like Randy Strout from sovereigntactics.org has one, and he was talking about a few different words that he found in there that were interesting to him and shared the information. That's cool. So, anyways, just before I saw his video, I was looking in here and talking to my wife about some words. Um, More like about some suits that are labeled in here, and how these little courts work. Listening to what Mark Stevens says backs what I've been saying for years is um, there is no government because the states are corporations. And corporations, in fact, do not exist. And if there are no states, then there are no citizens. But you gotta look at it the way he describes it as, uh, a citizen is a person who owes an allegiance to the government in exchange for mutual protection. That's the social contract that is supposed to be with the governing forces. But being that the Supreme Court has held that there is no duty for them to protect you, then how is there a duty of allegiance to these people? So if there's no duty to protect you and there's no duty of allegiance, then there is no citizen, and if there's no citizen, there's no body politic, which is a group of citizens owing allegiance in exchange for a duty for protection, then there is no state. And if there is no state, then the actor called a prosecutor is just bullshitting his way through the court system, saying that he is representing the state. But then again, if you got some lawyer in there claiming to represent somebody, but that somebody that is accusing you of um, violating their statutory ordinance, while at the same time any issue before the court must prove injury causing loss or damage, the whole thing's just retarded. It's just ass backwards. So what the hell are they really doing here? And that's what I think I've found through a couple of things here, found in my Black's Law Fourth dictionary. And you have a thing called a blackmail suit. I don't know, this stupid freaking camera will. Um, I don't know if this camera will focus on this properly or not. Unless I can get the right lighting, I'm not sure. But anyways, this is blackmail suit, and then there's frivolous suit, and then there's official capacity suit. So we'll look at these real quick, and then we'll look at what a corporation is, municipal corporation. I've already made a video based on social contract, what that is. I also just talked about it. So if you don't get it, that's not my problem. Anyway, a blackmail suit. Um, in parentheses here it says 1892. And it says, a suit filed by a party having no genuine claim but hoping to extract a favorable settlement from a defendant who would rather avoid the expense and inconvenience of litigation. Uh, that's exactly what happens when you go to the courts. That's why they all try to push these, what they call the plea bargain. Right? If you plead guilty to this, then we'll lower your fines and fees and jail times or whatever the hell their bullshit is, because it's a blackmail suit. They filed it having no genuine claim, hoping to extract a favorable settlement from a defendant who would rather avoid the expense and inconvenience of litigation. That's simple. So let's go further. Let's look at what a frivolous suit is. This says 1837. It is a lawsuit having no legal basis, often filed to harass or extort money from the defendant. Well, that's self-explanatory. Every time you go in there, they're asking for money. And if you do not cooperate with them, they will harass you. Sometimes they will kill you. Sometimes they'll just throw you in jail. Sometimes they'll beat the hell out of you. You know, these are a bunch of fucking... They're just thugs, man. They're just fucking gangsters. So, let's move on again. One more. Official capacity suit. Now, a lot of people, or patriots, or sovereigns, or whoever the heck else is out there, they all say, and we all say, and they all say, we all could say, that you are acting outside of your official capacity when you're attempting to enforce these statutory codes where the fictional state is named plaintiff. Why and how is that? Because the definition of official capacity suit is a lawsuit that is nominally against one or more individual state employees, but that has as the real party in interest the state or a local government. Every time you go in there, who is the plaintiff? The fiction called the state, or the county, or the city, or the township, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You get that? The fiction claims a lawsuit. The fiction is a corporation. So, how do you know you're being treated as a state or federal employee? It says it right here. That's why they want you to get a state-issued identification, because as soon as you show one to a policy enforcement agent, you are declaring yourself a state employee. And you're entitled to getting a lawsuit that is nominally against one or more individual state employees, but that has the real party in interest, the state or local government. Although we know that neither of those exist. Now let's look at corporation, municipal corporation, etc. Okay. Come on, Buck, cooperate with me here. Alright, it's hard to work with one hand. Anyhow. Municipal corporation is a city, town, or other local political entity formed by charter from the state and having the autonomous authority to administer the state's local affairs, especially a public corporation created for political purposes and endowed with political powers to be exercised for the public good in the administration of local civil government. Now, what's a municipality? Municipal corporation is one. The second one is the governing body of a municipal corporation. They have only the authority to police themselves as employees of the state. So why are we all running around opting to be state employees? Why are we consenting to that type of jargon? That's not part of the program. They didn't tell us, hey, when you get a state driver's license or a state ID, look at that mess. Wow. State ID or driver's license, that you are now claiming to be a state employee. Right? But you're not, are you? Are you getting paid? You should be. Every time they pull you over and they give you a goddamn statutory violation, you should be on the clock with the state. You should be getting paid by the state. Otherwise, they have no jurisdiction. Because if you're not a state employee, you definitely aren't a goddamn citizen. There is no citizen. That's already been proven. Look it up. If they have no duty to protect you, then you have no duty of allegiance. Because they're not protecting you. But guess what, people? Policy enforcement agents and judges and lawyers and politicians and all these douchebags that claim to be government all protect each other. So who are the citizens in fact? Except those actual state employees, not us people being duped into pretending to be one. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying.